horrible. And one thing that I noticed whenever we were out and talking to people about drag queens, people were like, oh, what's the harm? Let them do what they want. Well, the first point being, no, we shouldn't let people do what they want. There are reasons why there are certain laws. We used to have blasphemy laws. Contraception used to be illegal in America. But not just that. Even if you grant the point, okay, yeah, let people do what they want, they are attacking children. They are systematically targeting children. In Louisiana, when they brought the case up to the courts, they had a town hall meeting about drag queen story time with children at public libraries in Lafayette and Louisiana. They had the drag queens quoted as saying, "This is the grooming of the next generation," and we see it. We see it here. This is why it's such a big deal. It's not just men, grown men doing perverse things in their own free time. It is a systematic targeting of our children. It is disgusting, and it's going to lead to the normalization of pedophilia if it's not already here.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Because we're talking about how all these things are associated with one another. Like, these are not just different things happening in different parts of the world. This is one cohesive step in the revolution to try to take over Western civilization, Christian civilization, and destroy it. And whenever we give an inch, that's it. The whole thing collapses. Why? Because heresy begets heresy. Always. That's always true. If you fall into one heresy, you will always, unless you recant, you will always fall into more heresy, and you will always fall into sin. I read a couple of weeks ago about Cornelius Lapide. He said the best way to convert souls is to get them to live a holy life, because when they live a holy life, then the heresies will also be getting rid of as well, and vice versa works too. The problem here is whenever you're in mortal sin, your will is weakened, and your intellect is darkened, and you fall into sin more and more. And so we got rid of marriage. We destroyed marriage with divorce, with contraception. And from there, we said, okay, well, no fault divorce. That's a thing, right? Okay, now what? So now we have gay marriage. Now we said, okay, anybody, you can love whoever you want to love. And then people said, oh, but I mean, if we love whoever you love, why can't you marry your child? No, don't be ridiculous. Don't be silly. We can't marry your child. Why? If love is love, why can't we just marry our child? Oh, because that's different. Okay, now what we're seeing now is the fruit of that initial change. We've seen the fruit there now. Because yes, when you have no standard at all, then there's no standard at all. It's going to happen. They're going to get allowed to marry children, to marry their own children, biological children, even if they're adults. And from there, it's going to legalize pedophilic relationships. That's going to be the next step. And where does it end? There is no end in sight.
There is no end in sight.